Put together this little demonstration to show you our new amazing door assembly. We re-engineered the whole door assembly to make it very inexpensive but more durable, and longevity is our key goal. Trouble-free longevity. I'm going to show you a little difference because in the past I've had a lot of trouble with conventional shower door hinges. A normal shower door hinges looks like this. So you have a lot of problems when you're installing it. You have to be perfect in your measurements apart. You have to be perfect in your dimensions sideways, and there's a lot of friction and a lot of problems with these doors over time. They tend to tighten up and cause a lot of problems. My door would click all the time when I had this years ago, and it was just driving me crazy. You think the whole glass is going to break because of this complex hinge system. So we have a beautiful engineered hinge system that we're going to show you. Easy to install and great for the do-it-yourselfer. So let's get started. Again, this is not an installation video. It's really to showcase our hinge system. But we are going to show you some stuff, some tips to make it easier. So we basically made a little dummy shower here where we have our quality pan. Again, if you notice the pan, 2.5 inch thick threshold, solid pan. So again, no air gaps, nothing to break over time. You can have 5,000 pound person on here and it doesn't matter as long as your floor is strong enough, you're not going to have any problems. That's the key of our shower pan. You have a watertight seal metal, galvanized steel integrated into the pan so you won't ever have a leak there. But again, beautiful stone. You'll see the stone casings and the stone frameless glass system. That's the beauty of our shower system. So you're going to start with a 2x4 construction on your walls. You're going to put your pan right up against in your space, and then you're going to accommodate more space where the hinge door is going to go. So you want not just a 2x4, you want a little bigger. You can stack 2 2x4s or 3 2x4s to give you latitude. But after you do your structural frame, then you're going to do your cement board and then the wall. So we're going to show you a little about that. One little trick, because of this little gap here, is just to take plywood or cardboard and staple it in on your studs to take up that gap before you put in your cement board. It's fast, it's easy, and it saves you a little, so you don't have any gaps in your wall, between your glass. So we'll show you that. We're going to go to the drywall and show you how to put up the drywall next. Okay, so we've stapled up the little shims, again, to take up the little gap between the reinforced wall, the leak-proof wall here of the shower pan, and the 2x4 studs, so when you put up your cement board it doesn't have a gap. So we just stapled those spaces up there, and then we notched out the cement board that's going to go up against this threshold right here. So then what you're going to do is you're just going to take your silicone, you're going to apply it generously on the bottom of the steel pan and up the walls a little bit, so you get a good seal. Again, this is a demonstration purpose, so I'm not going to do that, but you'll have a nice bond in here on the cement board, so water again can't bleed out for any reason. Then the cement board just locks into place like this. So again, we notched it out. You'll have a good seal underneath here. Later you'll when you do the next wall, you put another seal here. I forgot to mention that when you're using silicone, we talk about 100% silicone, not just silicone caulking, which is a latex. 100% silicone. It's more of an adhesive and a water barrier. So that's just a good tip there to remind you as you're going, so you won't have any problems. Then on the cement board, you're just going to go ahead. I like to pre-drill the holes, but a lot of screws already have pre-countersets. So you're just going to go ahead and screw in your cement board to the studs. Again, it's not difficult, but anyway, you're just going to finish the screws. Then we'll bring in the wall, or then we'll show you the casings. So finish the screws and I will show you that. Okay, so we screwed down the cement board. The next step is putting in your side casings for the door. There's a door side, and then there's the channel side, the glass non-door side. All our showers are reversible, so it doesn't matter whether you want the door on the left or right after you purchase it. You just got to make sure the drain is ordered in the right location, but you can put the door any side you want. It's reversible. Everything's really easy in a step-by-step instruction guide. The casing section is next, and then I'll show you the other stuff. But so now it's doing the casings. Basically, there's 3 casings on an 80-inch shower for the right side, and 3 casings on the left side with a cap piece. So also when you go to order, depends on your wall configuration and the decoration you want. So our casing basically has a little space to fill in for the slope on the pan there, and it goes up the side. And then if you want to order an extra casing, you can do that to finish off the end. Most people come in with drywall or something on the end, but this gives it a nice bigger stone edge. So this is another option you can order, separate side casings and trim to really enhance that stone look. That's an option, but we're just going to deal with the door right now and act as if somebody is going to come in and put this on top of their cement board or the drywall or something after the finished wall. As well as this is a little pony wall, a little demonstration we're doing. So normally you would do the whole piece is 8 inch up. So we're just going to go ahead and put 2 pieces up. Again, on this, from the inside of the threshold here, you're just going to do a plumb line. So you're going to measure it straight line, make it from the edge of the threshold and mark plumb here, and then draw a plumb line up the wall so you know it's nice and straight. So after you do that, then you're just going to silicone in. And again, if you use 100% GE silicone, this is not going to come off ever. It just will not ever come off. We recommend more of a suction cup circle patterns. So you just put circle patterns in there. And if you have like on the floor, then you do a circle pattern and one solid line. That way you have a water barrier as well. But what you want to do is let this act like a suction cup. So once you put that on there, and I guarantee you, when this dries, it is not going to be coming off. So before you do that, I'll put in the little end cap here. It goes in. I'll just put it in the corner here. And then this goes right up on top. So again, you're back flush, follow your inside plumb line. And again, it's just a dummy wall, you know, nothing there. Okay. And then we'll do the other one as well. Again, the flat one is the door side. The beveled side, the beveled one is the non-door side. Okay, so not just up there. Again, it's going out in outer space, but for this purposes, we'll show you the next step. So that lines up in the plumb line there. Again, you have beautiful stone casings. The wall, after you do this, we'll put in the wall as well. We don't need to do it for this, but we'll do it anyway. So again, just show you that could be a beautiful edge piece if you want, or you bring your metal, your cement board here. There's a bunch of different ways to fill that. That's your prerogative. So now we're ready for the door installation. Again, we have a little tiny little door here as a simulation, so you can get to see both hinges and the handle. On page 6 on the install guide, it's really simple, really fast to install the doors, the handles and the hinges. It's really fast. 2 screws, and just the bottom protective plate so water doesn't splash past the hinge. But again, it's really simple how to install the handle and the hinges. Again, look how simple the hinges are. They're really simple, trouble-free hinges. Then there's 2 other pieces. So you got the 2 hinges and the handle and 2 other pieces. This is the bottom plate, the bottom swivel plate. That just no measuring. You don't need a lot of tape measures. Basically, put it flush to the panel, and you're just going to do a little pilot drill in here into your holes, right in this threshold. Okay. And so after you drill, you're just going to take it off. There is a loose piece in here. Let it free flow. You don't want to silicone in that place, but you do want to apply a little bit of silicone onto the bottom, just to give it a little help other than just the screws. So again, when this silicone dries, it's not going to be going anywhere. It's not going to go anywhere. So take your little screws. It does come with anchor bushings, but you really don't need those. Just right into if you use the right size drill bit, an 1/8 inch drill bit, you should be fine. That you have enough teeth left on the drill. You just go ahead and anchor in those plates. So. Okay, so there you are. You have your bottom swivel plate mounted in place. So again, you have pins on top and bottom under your hinge already done. It's pretty simple. If you notice, there's a little plastic flange here on top and bottom. That's going to give you a little extra water protection as you go in. So you're just going to push in that rubber flange a little bit and get it into the slot. So now it's going to be tight against the wall, tight against here. So when you put the bottom floor on, it's already pre-spaced. So you don't have to worry about any measurements. Then you're going to come up to the top, and then now we're going to use a plumb, and we're going to measure. Again, I'm doing this by myself. If you're going to be installing the door, you're going to have someone helping you. But you're going to put a plumb in here, and then you're just going to basically make sure that your door is plumbed that way, and then we're going to mark center on the plumb line. Okay? So once you have that plumb, actually, it's better to go a little bit off the bubble, on the line of the bubble inside the door. What that's going to do, it's going to shift a little weight and let that door naturally swing shut on you. So it's nice to have that just a little bit, so when it's out here, it's got a little bit of lean to the back. Not a lot, just a tiny little lean, and you're going to make that up on the side panel, but that's going to let that door naturally shut. And that's, you don't want it to be opening on you. So it's better, we have an automatic stop on here, so on the side panel, so it's just going to stop to that door. So really simple there. So I had my camera guy hold it in place so I can mark it. You notice I put a little dot here and a little line there, so I have a mark. And it's better to, with the person helping you, pre-drill a little hole, not all the way. So you're going to pre-drill the little holes, I'll show you. And then you basically take this all off. Now, with your pre-marked holes there, now you go ahead and drill your holes, and then we'll put the screws in. You'll set the glass in and then screw it in. So now you'll go ahead and finish the holes all the way in. Now you'll notice we got some really long screws here that are going to go in, because you're going to go through you have the plate, the screws, and there, so that gives you about 2 inches inside your stud for extra security. You don't have to quite be that much, but we overkilled it. If you wanted to replace that, make it a 1/2 inch or inch smaller, you can do that. But we just gave you extra security there. Okay? So then now that that's done, you're just going to basically have someone hold the door for you, put it in place, and put in your top 3 screws. Okay, so now you have your door in place. I'm going to show you a couple other things. Again, this is just a dummy door, so our sizes and our proportions are off, but now you can see it's a nice, easy glide door. In our easy shower kit, what we do is we provide a little spacer in here for you to fill in that gap if you don't want to cut out the groove. So basically you do it like this. If you don't want to do any extra work, you just space that in and glue the other little shim in there, so you don't have to do any extra work. Now we do the top trim piece. We make the final top piece an extra inch long, so you have another option. What we did is on this side, we did a custom cut, so we matched the cut. We just traced this piece onto here on the back, and then we cut that out, so now you have a more of a custom fit stone fitting on there. You can zoom in on this. So rather than like the other side, we had this little trim piece in there. Now we have more of a custom fit shower pan there. So again, it's your option to do what you want. This is a little cleaner look, a little more professional, but we make it either easy if you want to make the easy way, or a little more complicated, but it gives you that this is, again, quality stone look. It's like a craftsman. You can't even buy something like this, because to buy travertine this thick and do the bullnose and do all the shaping, it would cost you a fortune. And that's why I invented this years ago, because it cost me $15,000 to do a travertine shower. And I go, there's got to be a better way. And a lot of little pieces and a lot of time, 3 weeks to do a shower. This basically on a weekend, you have a beautiful shower. Again, heavy glass, heavy 3/8 thick glass. This is not cheap stuff. This is virgin glass. It's not recycled glass. This is great glass. So again, quality materials go into our showers all throughout. So now with this, all we do is, again, we go back and put your circles back on there to glue it in place, and you're done. For water tightness, you'll put it in the seams, you know, put your silicone in there just to make it all extra watertight in there as well, and you'll lock it in place. Again, the plumb line, to make sure it's all plumb to the you know, to matching the parallel. If you go to plumb, you know you always will be matching. It depends how far off bubble, you can match that in here too, but you have a lot of play. So anyway, there's your first casing. We don't really need to do the other casing to show you what's going on next. So what you'll have is, after this is glued in, now you have a frameless, beautiful frameless shower. So this isn't the right size piece, but it's just a spare piece to show you. We got a small door and a small piece. So basically, when this is all set and ready to go, then you're going to put a silicone bead on the inside here, silicone bead in here, and then you're going to place your glass in here. And then when that's done, you'll do your final grout, but you're going to put a final grout here. But you have a beautiful frameless. It's all stone. You don't have any metal that's going to wear out in time, rust, or decay. This is going to be permanent for years and years and years. It'll never decay. It's just always beautiful. You can always clean it. And so this is the difference between a quality Craftsman product versus just a out of the box cheap shower stall. Okay, so that's going to be glued in like that. Again, a frameless look, beautiful look. The glass is always engineered to be exact. So in a frameless glass, you want tight joints. You want this panel is going to be coming up right at this door. So this panel is going to be real tight on that door there. So that's the goal. So you don't even need seals on the side when you're done. So again, this is smaller than you have. But this panel here gets a side seal. It goes down low. So when this is installed here, basically your door is going to come and stop to this. Okay, and then any water, again, you can order this and have it all the way up if you have a shower head like a Neo that's in a weird space. But on an alcove shower, you don't want an extra plastic piece here. You want to have it clean, looking beautiful. So we have a little stop here that the door is going to come and stop onto this. To stop the water on the door, you basically have a door flange. We cut this to match your door size. We're going to cut a little piece of this off. But this is a door flap. It's a rubber double flap on the bottom of the door, and that gets installed on the door, so you have the water coming down the inside of the door coming off, so you don't have any water going out the sand. And this is actually your stop, so it's actually a little friction. You adjust it up and down, and this is going to stop the door to keep it closed. Again, if you do the right angle, it's going to close itself up against this side pill. But that's basically it. That's shower doors made simple but durable and long lasting. Quality materials, quality engineering, and frameless design. You will love the simplicity of installing this glass door, the longevity of trouble-free use. You'll just love it. So that's our shower glass and our shower door systems.